Okay, guys, at least Candace Owens has been entertaining us somewhat with really, really stupid posts on X. She may not be, it may not be important enough for her right now to make videos about everything going on with, France apparently coming after her, sending crazy assassins after her and stuff, as well as Egypt, Israel, Donald Trump, FBI, ROTC. Got to watch out for them ROTC kids, Candace. You never know when one will come knocking on your door and really just get you. Who else has she blamed? I mean, other than TPUSA, Donald Trump, and FBI, is there anybody else involved? Ukraine, that's right. Ukraine's also involved somehow. I forgot. Yeah, oh my God, there's so many people involved, Candace. How do you keep track? I mean, one of your own producers could potentially be from one of those organizations or clubs or groups or college campuses or something like that. But anyway, it doesn't really necessarily matter, right? This is what she has posted for today, which is going to be it's going to be so profoundly stupid, you guys are actually going to question why it is you all ever believed her in the first place. But before we get into it, guys, please like and subscribe. That's all I really ask for. Sharing the video helps too, but the like and subscribe, I just want to focus on the simplest things because that's the best way to grow my channel, I think, right now. And I don't ask for money or anything like that. I'm not one of these shills. I'm not begging you to join my book club or anything like that, guys. I don't know. I just want to have a good time with you all. So if you guys could, just please like and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. Also got a gaming channel where we tell raunchy jokes. Me and my buddy do. We get drunk and, all that fun stuff. Play some video games. Good time. It's called Intoxic Gaming. Link down in the description below. Let's jump right on into this, though. Operation Mocking Pastor has failed, categorically. Younger generations are demonstrating spiritual discernment, and they see these fake pastors for exactly what they are. And she is correct. Charlie would have never let this sort of naked propaganda fly. So, this person said, shocking. A young Christian woman walked into a TPUSA faith event expecting Jesus. She left horrified. Here's what she witnessed. I went, anyway, I don't need to do that. We'll just let her tell us what she witnessed.
I went to a TPUSA faith event tonight, and I want to talk about it. Thinking that I was going to enjoy myself and learn things because TPUSA is obviously a conservative faith-based foundation, or so I thought.
This lady's pretending like she doesn't know anything, by the way. Just keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. Oh, I thought I was just going to go to TPUSA and enjoy a faith-based thing. But I catch her in a lie right here at the beginning.
I thought I was going to be informed about politics stemming strictly from biblical principles, and that's not my experience. So right off the bat, the speaker comes up and before he even gets into preaching or talking about politics, he begins by calling out Candace Owens and saying that she is evil and anti-Semitic and what she's doing is evil. I immediately wanted to leave. I didn't want to be there any longer listening.
Really? You immediately wanted to leave? But why? Surely you don't know who Candace Owens is, right?
To this nonsense, because right off the bat I know that that's just not true. And
how do you know that's not true? That's fascinating. So you know who Candace Owens is, and you know what they're saying is not true. Why? It's interesting, isn't it? Isn't that fascinating? So you watch Candace's videos, and you agree with everything she's been saying about TPUSA. And then you decided to go to a TPUSA event, and then frame it as if oh, I came here because I figured it would just be like church. You do know TPUSA is not a church, right? TPUSA is strictly religion and politics. So, did you expect not to hear any politics when you went in there? Because guess what? Talking about what Candace Owens is doing, and how Candace Owens is literally saying TPUSA betrayed Charlie. So let me put it this way, okay? If I were to sit there and say that Walmart betrayed everybody, right? And that Walmart's doing all these things, and I never provide any proof, okay? Walmart's serving you all up fake meat. All their meat's fake and stuff. How do you think Walmart would respond to that? They'd probably be pretty pissed off. Now, obviously, we kind of know that Walmart is, to a degree, doing that. But I'm just saying, theoretically speaking, right? Let's say we're going to pretend Walmart is your local home grocery store that's just all good. I start saying all these things without evidence. What do you think is going to happen? I might get sued. I might be, if I'm Walmart, want to defend myself at every possible chance I can, because there's a lady out there saying that the very people who are on that stage speaking are evil. Therefore, they're going to come out and say that she's evil. It's not really a novel, it's not really that novel. You know what I mean? It's pretty normal to do stuff like that. It's not some novelty. Okay? They're not coming out here and just going, oh, well, by the way, guys, we're going to start this cult up. No, she's called them out multiple times. What did you think was going to happen? It's kind of wild. And even if they did do all this, I would still expect them to do it. If they're innocent, I would expect them to do this. It doesn't matter. It's actually pretty neutral. Whether they're guilty or not, I expect them to do this. Because guess who else would do this? Candace Owens. TPUSA came out and said Candace Owens did this to Charlie. I would fully expect her to come out on stage, no matter what event it is. Let's say it's a Tucker Carlson event. It's a bunch of Tuckers. They all come in there and they all tuck before they get on stage, okay? I would expect her to come out there and be like, by the way, TPUSA, everything they've said about me is a lie. I don't think it would be that weird. I don't think it's weird that TPUSA is doing it.
The only reason I didn't leave is because on the way in, I basically got, security checked 5 times because there was armed men standing everywhere.
No way! It's almost like something happened to one of their guys. You want to take a guess who? I'm so surprised. Oh my God, they have more security now? Wow. Huh. It's almost like that's just totally so unexpected. You're right. I wouldn't expect them ever in a million years to increase security after what happened. You're so right, lady.
In front of me, they were very suspicious of me. I don't know.
I don't think they were
suspicious. An armed man.
I think they're on
stage, hand on his gun. The security was everywhere.
Yeah,
I was
good.
I just don't want to deal with it. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, but it just didn't feel right. So
Really? What do you think their response should be? Do you think, if they weren't doing that, I would genuinely question them at that point. If they didn't have increased security and guys on the ready, especially after that traumatic event, especially seeing that it's probably the same security team, I bet they're pretty freaking traumatized about it. I bet they're like, we will not let something like this happen again. I would absolutely think that TPUSA was behind this if they didn't have security increased after what happened. You have to be insane to sit there and be like, oh, this just doesn't feel right. It doesn't? Really?
In this church, I'm listening to this TPUSA speaker go on and on about Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, and how they're evil and anti-Semitic. And he basically indirectly is saying we should support Israel because Jesus was a Jew.
Okay, indirectly? And Jesus was not from Israel. He was never from Israel. Okay? We know this. It's not hard to crack open a Bible and read that, but I doubt that's what they said at all. And you said indirectly. So what you're telling me is they didn't actually say this. This was implied, and now you're going to paraphrase.
And we wouldn't have Christianity without Judaism and blah, blah, blah. Obviously, I disagree with that. What they're doing in Israel is evil, and...
Wait, you disagree that if it wasn't for Jews, there wouldn't be Christianity? Lady, the Torah was before the Bible. It's the first 4 books, first 4 or 5 books of the Bible. They technically did come before Christians. You know how you became a Christian? Nobody was a Christian until after Jesus. Because Jesus is the Christ, the first part of Christian. You do understand this, right? I don't think you know your history well. So this is who Candace decided to retweet, guys. This is the brain-dead person that Candace decided to retweet that has not informed herself very well, but somehow knows that Candace is done nothing wrong. Candace literally thinks that the 30-06 only shoots one type of bullet, and it's a decapitating type of bullet. That's how crazy Candace Owens is, okay? She doesn't understand that there's 55-grain coyote shot, that there's varmint shot out there that don't go through small animals. Because, you don't want to shoot a squirrel and it blow out your neighbor's house. Imagine shooting a squirrel with a decapitating round. Really? You think that's how weapons work? It's unbelievable, right? They make squirrel bullets. They make varmint bullets for the 30-06. People are dumb.
They're so corrupt. It's insane. And telling
really? This is what's corrupt?
Christians that they should be supporting this evil doing because these people are Jewish, and if you don't, you're anti-Semitic. it's wrong.
Okay, but you believe it's evil, okay? You also leave out the fact that Palestine has been attacking Israel for literally decades. For decades. You forget that the Havara Agreement happened, sending the Jews over there in 1933, but then big old Nazi World War II guys were like, hey, actually, here's what we're going to do. We're going to, in 1938, have Kristallnacht. We're going to go through, we're going to raid all of them, and we're going to round up 30,000 Jewish men and throw them into camps. And then, in 1941 and 1942, the big bad guy from World War II himself meets up with what's his last name? Husseini, to take out Israel. But nobody wants to talk about those. They all want to talk about 33 Havara Agreement. Oh, that's just where it all stopped, huh? Really now? Okay. Just deny the whole rest of the Holocaust, I guess, but okay, lady. You probably ought to learn your history a little bit better, too. For anybody wanting to use the Havara Agreement as well, look up Kristallnacht. It took place in 1938, 5 years later. And then look up what the big bad guy himself did, going to the Middle East in 1941, 1942, meeting up with Husseini, who's like 7 other names. I don't know that prince, that king or whatever his name is. He's got 7 freaking names. I just remember Husseini because it's like Hussein. And yeah, he had a full meeting with them and plannings to go and take Israel out completely. So, yeah, it's completely ridiculous. But whatever. You know, these guys aren't allowed to defend themselves at all. And I'm not saying that Israel's a good guy or anything like that. I'm just saying that there is evidence to support the other side that nobody wants to look at. I'm fully willing to absolutely admit that Israel could just be committing a genocide, right? My issues with it is that there's 5 other genocides in the world right now that are much, 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 much bigger than what could ever possibly going on in Palestine whatsoever. Number 1, biggest open-air prison in the world. Guess where that is? Everyone's going to say Palestine. No, it's Balochistan. And guess who controls Balochistan? Pakistan. In fact, 90% of Pakistan is Balochistan. Pakistan's like this little sliver outside of it, and then Balochistan's like this big, giant part in the middle that has a bunch of insane minerals that they make the Balochistani people absolutely work for, but they don't give them any of the wealth. They take all the wealth over to Pakistan, and then they have all of the rare earth minerals and stuff like that that they do in business with China. It's a crazy story nobody knows about. And that's just one other. Don't forget about Yemen, Turkey, the Uyghur Muslim concentration camp in China, as well as what's all is going on in the Congo. You know, all those kids that have to mine cobalt with their bare hands. It's crazy, crazy stuff out there, guys. Much, much, much bigger, much more deaths, much more people displaced than anybody in Palestine ever could even hope to be. When I see stuff like that, I'm like, okay, people don't actually really genuinely care about genocides at all, because they're not educated in how many genocides are going on in the world. Then, on top of that, we have, you know, Israel having their entire story of how they came to be, Palestine having their entire story how they came to be, and we could all go all the way back to right before the 1890s when Israel became its own country after the Ottoman Empire fell. You could look on the map. Guess what's on the map? It's Jerusalem. It's not Palestine. It's not Israel. It's Jerusalem. So when Israel comes up on the map, Palestine does at the same time. You expect me to choose a side? I don't know which one came first. I don't know who was displaced first. Because once Israel came there, either the other side decided we don't want these people here and formed a secondary country right next to them, or vice versa. But history muddies that water. So then there's people that are stupid enough to go and take a side when they don't actually know. And you're not going to catch me doing that. I'm not taking Israel's side, and I'm not taking Palestine's side. I'm taking the United States side. That's what I'm going to do.
And also, I don't think Charlie Kirk would stand for that. We know.
We do know he would stand for that. He came out and did. He actually literally went out there and specifically stood for that. There's never been a public event where he hasn't. He has never publicly not stood for Israel. So you're wrong. You are wrong. And I could criticize Charlie Kirk for that too. I could be like, hey, Charlie, you probably shouldn't choose a side because we don't actually really know. But guess what? Charlie Kirk decided to take a side. Fine. So be it. So have you.
As like the weeks before his passing, he was starting to call out Israel.
No, he didn't. He never did that once. Nope. There was a text message that was leaked in a group, and he never called him out. He said, I am thinking about leaving the Israeli cause. And there's no before text or after text to give any context to whether he did or didn't.
And question Israel. And Candace Owens was his best friend. Like, what? So then he goes on and he starts preaching.
A best friend that she has to go all the way back to dig text messages from 2018? Really? And they're such good besties, but they're not texted in 2025. Okay.
But the way he was preaching, it wasn't really preaching. He was just literally calling, like, the left names. He called the left idiots. He called them freaks. He called them...
Candace Owens has never done this, guys. Keep this in mind. Candace Owens has never called anybody freaks or anything like that. Bridget McCrone and her Willie. But okay. Yeah, sure. Fine. But I guess, you know what? The left, now we're defending the left? Really? So, he just called the left mean names. That's so not nice. They're good people.
Just, it didn't feel right. And my thought process is, would Jesus be doing this? Is this biblical teaching? Like, you're calling people that we disagree with as Christians all these names in loser, idiot, freak. Really? Because last time I checked, Jesus ate with sinners. He ate with prostitutes. So you're spreading hate.
He also told them, don't do it anymore. You've kind of forgot that. Jesus did not dine with prostitutes. Jesus told prostitutes, hi, I'm Jesus. God loves you. Stop doing what you're doing. It's vile. You should probably pick this up and read it, because no, that's not how Jesus would have worked. And if Candace would have paid attention to this video at all, because first of all, she went in there being a huge Candace fan and decided to go into a TPUSA event with the idea that she was going to make this video before she even went into that event.
Literally. That's
called muddying the waters.
He's preaching to people whilst spreading hate. And these people are absorbing this information. These teenagers, these young people are absorbing this information, thinking that this is okay. This is a leader. This is someone we put on our stage teaching us this.
I agree with them. They should be teaching this, because the leftists are freaks. They are absolutely freaks. They are transitioning children. They are causing harm to people. They're shooting up churches. Then they defended Charlie's death. Every one of them. Every one of these open, mainstream, extreme left people have been literally spitting in Charlie Kirk's wound. It's unbelievable. And you have these people out here. This is what I'm talking about, guys. When Candace Owens herself is trying to steer people back to the left, just like she was doing in 2016 before she was a Trump supporter. Before she started her channel, Red Pill Black. Months after getting caught doxing children for the left's sake. Because children online say naughty words, therefore they all need to be doxed. Through her website Social Autopsy from her company Degree 180. And people don't know this about Candace Owens at all. It's unbelievable.
This is the future generation of Christians. Do we really want to be more divided? Like, oh, we're just going to hate on the left because we disagree with them.
What was Charlie Kirk doing the whole time, lady? Do you not realize he was debating these people and telling them that their vile ways were wrong, bad, and he was literally there trying to teach them the good? What was Charlie Kirk doing in these chairs, lady, at all these TPUSA events? Oh my God, Charlie Kirk was much, much better at it, yes. And he was much better about not being as offensive. But he also wasn't afraid to be offensive if he needed to be. You are completely lying about what Charlie Kirk has done.
We're not going to share the Bible with them. We're not going to, help them because we think that they're lost. We're just going to call them losers and freaks and make fun of them and laugh it off. It was
they
quite
did
disgusting.
kind of attack
and I'm
somebody.
not pleased at all.
And ended
so basically,
somebody.
They didn't learn a thing.
Named
He
Charlie
spent
Kirk.
the entire time talking about liberals and how they're stupid and blah, 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 and how men shouldn't be in women's locker rooms and women's sports. And I'm thinking, we have more important things to talk about.
And I'm just trusting her word. And she hasn't shown any of this. She didn't record any of it. She didn't post any of it going, oh, well, they came out there. Oh, the left is dumb. Just, doing some Beavis and Butthead crap up at the stage. Is that really how it went down?
As Christians in this nation, then things that we see plastered all over online, we all know. We know that men shouldn't be in women's sports. We know that they shouldn't be in women's bathrooms. That's not the most important topic, okay?
Well, they did kind of come in because Charlie Kirk said the same stuff and they put a bullet in him. Are you insane? Unbelievable. She's just completely lying about everything that Charlie Kirk stood for and what he had done. This is absolutely crazy. It's just, seriously, this is crazy. And these people are eating it up. Now they're all going to try to come together with the left, right? just like Candace Owens wanted to do from the very beginning. And if you don't believe me, look into her past. Type in Candace Owens Degree 180 or Candace Owens Social Autopsy. Look up her old videos and see what she was trying to do then. This is such a stupid thing. This is really telling, really, really telling as to what Candace Owens herself actually genuinely believes in, you know? And I mean, I came down here and I said, I mean, you literally accused him of murdering Charlie Kirk along with blaming France, Egypt, Israel, Trump, Ukraine, FBI, UVU, RTC, and a few others. She literally did that. And she's like, why are they talking about me so bad? Why are they preaching about me to these people? Because you're the #1 podcast, Candace. You have 7 million people watching your stuff. I'm sure TPUSA has never once been able to get through all of the noise that has been sent their way by you. And you're wondering why they're talking about you. This lady here is wondering why they're talking about her. It's not much of a mystery as to why, guys. But tell me what you all think down in the comment section below. Please like, subscribe, and share, guys. Thank you all so much for being here. Genuinely, you guys are amazing. Like, I want to do something for you guys. I wish I could. I'm going to have to come up with something at some point. I mean, I'm not big enough to be able to really do anything yet. But, man, you guys have been amazing. Seriously, y'all are awesome. I need to figure something out. Give me some ideas, too. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.